I saw a poll that got me all excited. They're like, Trump dropped 5 more points in public approval or whatever, some rating. And I'm like, dude, that's a significant drop, etc. But it wasn't like he was at like 35%, and DeSantis, his second best, was at 19. Like he's still nearly double.
I don't think DeSantis is like everything Trump is, but like wetter, like a shitty, somehow less charismatic and shittier version. Like I don't know. Maybe I don't pay attention too much to DeSantis, but like at least I could conceptualize how like my dad would get into Trump in general. Right. Versus like DeSantis is like, what the fuck?
DeSantis isn't even funny.
Yeah. He's not funny.
He's not at all.
I like that they're flying and busing those migrants up north though. That's really funny to me. I like it a lot. I saw
that's the other guy though, right?
That's both of them. That's Rick Scott and DeSantis and the governor of New Mexico, I believe, or Arizona. I don't know which.
I know how so here's what happened. Governor Abbott from Texas had these migrants.
That's who it is.
DeSantis sent a Venezuelan to Texas to do what's called bird dogging, which is to say, hello, my fellow countrymen. Why don't you get on this plane? I have a better life for you. And he tricked 50 people into getting in a plane where they took them to Florida. And then they tricked them again, saying, we're going to take you to Boston, where they had the facilities, the jobs, etc. We're lining you up. By the way, these people are in Texas legally. They're not illegal immigrants.
That's still in question.
Okay, I've been told that they're legally. Look, I'm only as good as my
you have.
But apparently they're asylum seekers. So their status is they're currently legal, but they might get kicked out later if asylum's not granted. But they're currently legal. So they take these.
They're on probation.
They're fine. I'll accept. Yeah, I can line up with that. But they're not like on line to get deported or anything. Like they're just seeking asylum and they're there legally and they're going.
They're at the place where it happens. They just haven't gotten in line yet.
They're there. They've seeked asylum. They're going for their stuff. They're not like it's not like they've snuck in and got jobs and living under the radar. That's not what's up. They're there legally trying to. Hopefully the process works for them. All right. So anyway, they take them from Texas. They put them in Florida. They take them from Florida. They tell them that they're taking them to Boston, but they don't. Instead, they fly them to Martha's Vineyard.
Which is a net positive in my head. Like, I think that's a better place to end up. You know?
It's very nice. That's where all
the
rich people live.
Yeah. Better. Like, you know?
Huh.
The rich people in Martha's Vineyard got that turned around in no time.
They were like,
we love immigrants. We love them.
I'm told they
deported all over in Martha's Vineyard, and they're like, bring in the military and get them out of there.
No, I thought that was the Republican governor or whatever. But like, I just think
we wanted this for border towns, not our multi-million-dollar mansion neighborhood.
Yeah,
it depends who you listen to. Like the people. The left is like, look, they greeted them with open arms. They gave them food. They gave them shelter. They gave them the supplies they needed. And then they moved them to a town, which I think was Boston,
military
still in
base,
Massachusetts.
At first.
Say that again?
It was a military base at first. They like housed them.
They had the National Guard.
They got them the fuck out of there.
Well, they did get them out, but the left tells the story as then we moved them to a place that was more able to accommodate them instead of this small island with 15,000 people on it that just isn't prepared to receive 50 immigrants. Cool. The right is like, oh, they're these hypocrites. Immediately deported them to somewhere else in the same state.
I mean, I said on PKA, and I thought the whole like shipping people around was performative and embarrassing and stupid. Mm-hmm. But like, no, like that point seems salient to me, where a bunch of rich people in Martha's Vineyard who don't actually really connect with the outside world are like, yeah, bring in more people. And then they end up in their neighborhood and immediately, literally the military, the National Guard is called in to remove them. So yeah, that they're right about that. Like that is hypocritical. Like a border town with working class people is better equipped and has more resources to support these people than Martha's Vineyard. Like,
there's not a politician for us though. See, what I want is a Florida governor who ships illegals to the north, but via high-speed rail. Okay,
bring the high-speed rail.
That's how Japan would do it.
That's how the Germans would have done it.
It wouldn't have costed $50 million or $12 million or however much it cost.
So the $12 million
I was baffled by that number.
Put him on a Greyhound.
That's the fund of money he has to keep doing this. I don't know what it costs to send 50 or 80 or whatever he sent. He sent, but that's like a drop in the bucket compared to his $12 million like illegal shooting business.
Mm-hmm. He spent something like $12,000 a person to ship them up there. An outrageous amount, but nothing like the $12 million that is the whole fund.
Yeah, he can send 1,000 at that rate.
Yeah.
Oh, more than
Yes,
that.
you could send 1,000 people to Martha's Vineyard with the money he has set aside for this.
Population's only 1,500.
So DeSantis
They
is
could
take
being. It could be 1,600. Or it's actually 15,000.
But we'll arm them. There's no guns up there.
So DeSantis is being sued personally for like human trafficking. Well, apparently it's a not clever idea to ship illegal immigrants to like Lawyer Island. We have a bunch of virtue signaling attorneys in Martha's Vineyard now who are defending these poor people.
Pro bono, I'm sure. Or what if they charge us poor
bet.
Venezuelans? All right, what do you guys got?
What do
Mr. Goldstein doesn't work for pennies. Give me those teeth.
It's a vineyard.
There's like a piece
guys?
of string.
Yeah,
and 3
it is a
buttons.
vineyard. Get to work.
These grapes aren't going to pick themselves, damn it.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think it's funny. I don't care that he gets sued. What? It's not like they're going to lock him up or something. He's going to keep doing it. I think it's funny. I just think it's funny. And I hope it keeps happening. It's the same thing as Trump, right? Like, I just think it's funny. I don't think it matters who the president is really. I think there's enough people who are out there to like, be checks and balances that it just really doesn't matter. We're going to get the same bullshit.
Where you want to be is like head of the CIA.
Yeah, that guy probably gets to make some decisions.
Yeah,
I don't know. That guy's probably
who's running the ship after all.
Zach, show us a picture of the head of the CIA. Taylor, can you call him out real quick?
If he's fat. I mean, think about all the goodies you get being the head of the CIA. Does anyone ever say no to you? Ever?
He would have got out of room for $190 or $150.
That's the guy. That guy owns the hotel.
See, that guy gets to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he looks like he looks like he sits down and deeply sighs at least a couple times between meal bites. Like he looks very tired. I'm not sure he's thrilled to be the head of the CIA. It's not like I don't know like how many perks. You can't like walk into Costco without a card and be like, no, guys, I'm the head of the CIA. I'm gonna shop here. Like,
I bet that would fall under his purview. I bet he could go and get a $1.50 hot dog. No.
With no membership card? I don't know.
If he walks in with a couple guys with earpieces, black sunglasses,
I'm sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'd be flanked by 8 of those guys 24/7.
We don't need to look at him for that long. Where were we before we went down that weird avenue?
I don't know.
We're talking about your bet on Trump.
Oh, no, that didn't happen. Yeah, I bet a bunch of people. Basically, I took Trump to win the presidency against the field before he'd even said he was going to run. And I still think it's the best bet, the safest bet. Like what do you pick? You wouldn't pick anybody against me, like one individual. There's no one else who's more likely, even with all this legal stuff, than Donald Trump, I think, right now.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone who's a bigger favorite than Trump. Unless you count the field collectively.
The field collectively. The idea of a second person is what he's running against, really. Because, I really think of Biden as a weak candidate at this point, like doing it a second time. And we've seen, like, it's difficult for a young man. It was difficult for Obama. It's such a, although last time he hid in the bunker and he won, maybe he could do that again.
Trump beat himself. And I wouldn't be surprised if Trump beat himself again. Like, I think if I gave Trump a mic right now, he'd just talk about me. I won the election. I'm the greatest. I'm uniquely qualified for this job. I'm me. Not a word about what he's going to do for you. Just about the shit he hates and about how people are treating him unfairly. And I don't think that wins elections.
I mean, I don't see much from him anymore because he's
doing his rallies. He's doing his rallies again.
But like the main thing I see from him every time is like the election was a lie. It wasn't true. And it's like you gotta fucking get over it, man. Like you're coming off like a loser. Like you're coming off like a sour grapes loser. Like that doesn't play well.
I watched some of his rally the other day, and I don't remember him directly talking about it. I think he brought up Hunter's laptop at some point.
That's a good topic.
That's a good topic.
I feel like that topic can work. We talked briefly about Trump on Hannity, and you're like, he's right. I think you were talking about declassifying documents, but here's what else he said. The way the FBI came in so aggressively, Trump has a theory. He's like, they wouldn't bring in all those people. They wouldn't come in so hard, unannounced, at the way that they did, with the aggressive tactics, unless, and this is what people are saying. People are saying they were secretly looking for Hillary's emails at Mar-a-Lago.
What?
I swear to God,
You
read
can't
the quote.
disprove that.
No.
Oh my God, he's right.
That's
That's why they did it. They wanted Hillary's. This explains it all. So we don't need to worry about.
That's a genius play.
Duh.
Well,
yeah, like what the fuck?
True.
Did he reveal if they may have found? Did he have them? What nonsense!
And Hannity's like, wait, are you saying that you have them? No. Just people are saying that that's what they were looking for. That's how it goes back.
He might as well have said the Holy Grail or something even more ridiculous. Like I might have believed that.
I love that there's like a physical data drive with like a terabyte of just text files of emails, and there's just like getting passed around by like Jason Statham in the back of an Audi.
He added that. He's like, it's out there somewhere. That it exists. They're just looking for it. Like, I don't know.
Definitely Holy Grail.
There's some MacGuffin out there, some like full of Hillary's emails. Well, shit. I don't know. It
doesn't seem likely. I'm gonna go out on a limb, say unlikely.
I look forward to the campaign because anytime you've got all those powerful people in those millions and billions of dollars like moving around, and it's time to pick a new head poobah, it's fun to see what they go with, because so often it's like bad. It's like, oh, they don't know. They thought Sarah Palin was a good idea. A whole team of people got together and picked Sarah Palin, and everybody was like, oh, she's real dumb, eh? Like,
well, they needed someone nice to pair with McCain, because McCain like always sucked.
Well, then she wasn't the answer. She wasn't the answer.
McCain was losing clearly. So they were like, do we choose someone who's kind of status quo and hope for the best, or do we roll the dice? And they rolled the dice, and temporarily it worked. When people first met her in the whole hockey mom Rottweiler lipstick joke and stuff, like she killed it.
She did.
Was Pitbull. And McCain briefly got a boost out of it, but then over time she didn't really do a good job, and it dragged him down. I think I didn't remember it as a partner up a nice with a bad. I remembered it as, hey, we're losing. Let's try something. And I like the move. Don't just keep doing what you were doing and lose.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing the campaign, seeing what Trump does. I hope there's lots of nonsense. I hope there's more accusations, and I hope Trump continues to fucking curse at his rallies, which is great. I'm gonna go to the next one. I got to see.
I don't think Biden's running.
I don't think he should. I don't think he will.
I think right now, I'm pretty sure if you just look at it on both ends of the spectrum, it is first place is Biden or Trump, and then, first place confirmed I'm voting for is Biden and Trump. Remove that, and it is first place, literally anybody at all, and then Biden and Trump in second place, and that is a prevalent thought.
Here's my dumbass. I think Gavin Newsom goes up against DeSantis, and that's the next two nominees.
Is Gavin Newsom very popular?
He's the California governor.
Do you like him? I don't know that he's super popular.
I mean, he is more popular than people who don't live here think he is. A lot of people think like, oh my God, he's running that shit into the ground. From most people around here, he's just a really safe, moderate, centralist character, but he's still a Democrat, air quotes. A lot of people are pissed off because he did the whole dinner at French Laundry during lockdown type shit where, he's going to parties and stuff. So that definitely pissed people off, but he's more popular than Michael Bloom or whoever the hell tried to run for governor here.
Yeah, that guy who put in billions of dollars of his own money, and everyone's like, we don't like you.
Yeah, it was the funniest thing. He switched to Democrat two months prior, and then was like, I'm going to spend $100 million of my own money to campaign, and he did not win. So that was
what a loss.
It's cool when someone has $100 million to blow. Right? They were just like, you know what? I'm gonna take a flyer on this. I'm gonna drop $100 million into a hobby of mine.
Dude, it's also seeing Trump, Bloomberg, billionaires running, being like, I need your money, folks. It's like, you guys don't. You really don't. Donating to Bloomberg. Like, isn't well? I guess comparing Bloomberg and Trump are both billionaires in the same way that someone worth $100 million and someone worth 1 million are both millionaires. Because I'm pretty sure Trump's like 3 billion, which is like low tier billionaire, and Bloomberg is like what, like 80 billion, like real deal
something
billionaire.
Like that. Yeah. But Bloomberg, I think, is the wealthiest person in New York.
Yeah, he could buy and sell Trump, not even notice. I would imagine.
Yes, yeah.
So I guess bad comparison. Bloomberg doesn't need money the way Trump needs it.
A lot of Trump's wealth, I think, is not very liquid. I mean, he owns real estate, which is he's wealthy, but how much can he put his hands on? I'm not sure. But I forgot. I don't remember Bloomberg taking a lot in donations. I think he's self-funded, if I recall. But I saw this tweet that was like, one of the things I like about Joe Biden is he never asked me to pay his legal